All right. Good morning. It is Thursday, November 17th. I think I put the wrong date in the description. It's Thursday, November 17th today, and yeah, we haven't really checked into the markets. I was looking at stocks this morning, and frankly, they just seemed a little dead. There didn't seem to be a lot moving, so I just decided not to trade stocks this morning. Instead, went over to crypto. Just kind of rebalance my portfolio and whatnot. No, we got the right date. Okay. So basically, spent the morning rebalancing my crypto portfolio. Crypto has been going pretty nuts ever since the whole FTX fiasco. Wow, that's say that 10 times fast. Um, but basically, without getting too much into the news, and kind of avoiding the news cycle, really, kind of the entire intent of it all is just to, hey, you know what? Uh, let's go ahead and we've got this investment going on with cryptocurrency. Let's make sure that we're keeping up with those investments and reevaluating them every few months or so, especially if they're major market events. Like, obviously, I try to avoid the news cycle as much as we possibly can, but not every time is avoidable. Sometimes it's required. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump into trading here. Get some music going. I still haven't done the download the music thing. Let's see if it'll work. I haven't got to it yet. I was hoping to get to that yesterday. Okay, so just taking a look at the ES. Obviously, it's dropping. Um, but on the 1 minute chart, there is some good news. Okay, so it's dropped pretty heavily today, down to like 39.25. It's not overly bad, but there is this 50 EMA coming up for a potential cross right there against that 200 SMA. And obviously, we did get a really nice bounce off of lows here. Lows being around 39.15. Pull this out a little bit. 39.12. I'm just going to adjust this timing on the chart because it looks like it got messed up. Let's go over to the time axis. Yeah, it did. It's a little better than it's not going to default all the way in that direction. Okay, so running into resistance at the volume weighted average price right up there. And I think what I'd want to see is this 5200 crossover because it's super close, and that's definitely going to be a nice big move. On the 3 minute chart, we have, I say definitely. Obviously, not everything is a definite, but it's typically very high probability that it might be a big move to the upside. So on the 3 minute chart, you can see that we pull back to around the 50. We'll be looking at the 50 EMA right there, the green line, as support. The momentum on the TTM on the 3 minute chart went from 26337 to 4 to 4.4 to 4.5. So we've been looking for a bounce kind of like around in this area and a move back up towards the VWAP, which is right at 39.35. So being as this case, I'm going to take a little feeler trade right here, and the intention would be for this movement back up towards the VWAP. So that's based on the 3 minute chart and on the 1 minute potential 5200 cross that is super, super close. And we got filled pretty close to the lower area, so that's nice. Um, Now, on the 1 minute chart, there is a lot of cooling on the TTM, so the momentum has slowed down quite a bit. I'm really kind of basing this trade off this 5200 cross here, and the momentum the 3 minute chart was still carrying, even though that was minimal. 5 minute chart is 9's above 12. It did get the 1226 crossover, but there is some pullback here in this in the TTM, mainly because the consolidated right there and right there near that VWAP. and now it's pulling back slightly. I'm not overly concerned about this trade, especially because it's come down here and tests these like lower areas, and I've only really had it drop below our entry, so it's really not over correcting that much. Um, but at 312.50, that's 5 ticks down. So I'm looking for a bounce up this 50 EMA on the 3 minute chart, and on the 1 minute chart, I'm looking for this crossover to take place, which it looks like it just began on this current candle. Volume on the day is pretty much what it's been all week. Kind of slower, but with a few candles that break through the 4,000 mark. Um, Popping up above 27. Jumping into the evaluation, and I'm just going to get these charts aligned because they're not. So with that 5,200 cross there, I'm going to be looking for that move to take place probably in sometime in the next 15 seconds or so. So, um, no clue of the direction today. I mean, hopefully we get a trend reversal. Too scared to even try today, because I lost 20 real bucks yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, but Tiny, one thing that I have noticed about you is that you are increasing your risk tolerance um, in a way that is likely healthy. Oftentimes, we as people tend to move like a stock or like a chart. Um, Hang on, I'm gonna pull this chart back up here and actually look at taking a trade here, potentially in the sim or in the eval. I don't like that it's dropping on the TCM on the 1 minute chart, but that 5,200 did just cross there, and we are up in this trade slightly. We almost hit our sell order, looks like, but not quite. But yeah, you are increasing your risk limit, and I think that that is healthy, especially over time. I'm just gonna take this profit right here. Got out at 250 gain, so a dollar move up. And it's got a 1226 crossover, so we may get like a short-term drop, but then I do think that we will get a little pop here because this 5200 crossover on the 1 minute chart, even well, it's a lot more powerful on the 3 and the 5, but on the 1 minute chart, it does give us typically pretty good confirmation of upward momentum moves. Um, but yeah, Tiny, I'm uh, in your particular situation, it's a pullback, right? Um, I think that you definitely are increasing your psychology of money, and money is a currency. It's all relative. So money, because money is a currency, it's intended to flow. That's its whole existence. It is a current, just like the currents of the ocean. Um, so, I might recommend a tiny book called The Psychology of Money. I know that I mentioned it in the Discord group before, but the purpose of it is because a lot of what we earn in our life, in terms of monetary value, has far more to do with our psychology than the actions that we take in order to get there. The actions that we take definitely matter, no question. I'm not trying to say that those actions don't, but the psychology that goes into creating wealth and maintaining wealth is a complete psychological shift. And if you've ever grown up in any sort of hard times financially, um, like I think that the most of us have, um, it can really get into our psychology. It can affect the way we view money. Pulling up the charts here, getting that bounce that I was talking about off that 50 moving average. I honestly wish that I had entered into on this pullback here. Gonna join the bid right here. Entry at 29.50. Pulling over to the evaluation now. So on the eval side, of course, just got a nice rip down there. 1.8, 1.8 to 2.4 on the 1 minute TTM. Pulling up to 3. Let's see if I need to jump out of this trade or not. But yeah, the psychology of money really, really does make a difference. And there's a book literally called that. Which I happen to currently be reading again right now, or rather, not again, for the first time. I'm reading that book right now, but I've read several other books on uh, money psychology. Gonna cut this trade. Cut that loss. Alright, so gonna wait for this pattern to resolve. Also gonna recheck this on the 1 minute chart. So that 5200 cross just happened, but it's not diverged enough yet. 25 and a half, 26. So let's see. What time is it now? 42. Taking 45. Gonna need to see a yellow candle on the 1 minute chart. Now looking for bounces off the 200 moving average. Momentum went from 2.6 to 3.8 to 3.8. So, sorry, 2.6 to 3.1 to 3.6. Join the bid right here. And then I'm going to hold this through, I might hold this through some pullbacks, but looking to get out at the sort of the top right here, which is right where that 26 moving average is, the 26 simple. Watch out for resistance at the 35 zone, and I'm going to be looking for a yellow candle on the 1 minute chart. And I'm also going to look for 8.6 here, and the volume is close to around 3,000 contracts per minute, which is relatively decent. Maybe I want this at like, do I have a 6? No, I don't have a 6 tick. I wish I could order these, like put these in order. That'd be awesome. Yeah, our psychology does direct us, and it's really like direct, achieve that flow of energy. Yeah. Also, what you mentioned here is about your psychology and then the flow of energy. And energy goes where, or rather, how's that saying go? Energy flows where attention goes, something like that. I'm gonna cut this trade. Yeah, cutting that. It's indecisive on whether or not to, but totally failed this. My power is flickering, so if I cut out, sorry guys. I don't know why my power is flickering. I don't think that we got any windstorms today. Living in the Pacific Northwest, you gotta be like aware of that. Like, you gotta be aware of like, you know, what days you have windstorms. And frankly, so this is kind of funny. I actually don't trade during windstorms. Like I don't know how funny that is, but in the Pacific Northwest, sometimes we get these like really strong windstorms. Where obviously it's not like a hurricane or something like that, but it is like, winds do get up to like 60, sometimes 70, 80 miles an hour. Um, and when they do, they tend to knock out the power, and that knocks out the internet and all of the above. Um, and so when that happens, I usually get the power back online pretty quickly. But I literally have been in a trade before, and the power went out, and I had to call my brokerage and be like, "Yo, take me out of this trade. My power just went out." so, so I try to make sure that like I'm not in any trades if we have a power outage. But I don't think there are any windstorms today. I'll check the weather. I'll see what the dilly. But my power, yeah, it's sunny. But I've had my power actually go out when it was like sunny before. It is what it is. Backup generator. Pretty big pullback and rejection off of that. Really shocking, actually. All things considered, normally this 5200 crossover is actually a pretty strong move towards the upside, and it just didn't even work like at all. So, um, yeah, I'm right in assuming that we do need at least a yellow candle on the TTM in order to get back long. There's like a kind of ascending support right there, but whatever there was, it's breaking down. So, upside down U shape, which means we'll likely get a little bounce up towards like the 9 EMA, and then potentially reject off that, or reject off the 200 moving average if it does bounce. Yeah, honestly, I love the storms. They're one of my favorite things about the Pacific Northwest, but but they do tend to knock out the power. Kind of slow price action right now. Volume's not horrible. It's not great either, though. Down 1687.50 in the sim. I have not taken a move in the evaluation yet. Gratefully so, honestly, because nothing has quite worked out yet. So, and a lot of times I like to get my momentum, like my own groove, if you will. Um, to quote Epper's new groove, the groove. Sometimes I like to get my own groove going in the morning, and I use the sim a lot of times for that before I jump into the evaluation. Unless I see something like really moving. Right now, okay, so there's a yellow candle forming. Um, Volume is still kind of low, and it's yellow like right at the very end of that time frame. So probably still got a minute. What time is it now? 7:50. Let's check this 5. Let's see what's happening on the 5 minute chart. 5 minute chart. It's breaking down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. 4 cooling candles on the TTM. And really, this rejected. It's sort of like the 5 minute 50 EMA. 1.2 to 3.5. Not a lot going on right now. It's always annoying when I gotta sit on my hands. It's probably my least favorite part about trading is waiting for some sort of setup. At least a setup that I understand that I want to actually get involved with. We don't always need to take every single trade that's on the table. We just need to make sure that what we are taking looks right. Switching over to like 4 ticks. And we are getting a doji here at the bottom. The doji makes me interested in going long, but the crossover makes me interested in going short. So what's going to win out? The doji on the chart pattern after 9 minutes of pullbacks, or the crossover. I'm gonna go short here. Just see what happens. Took a little micro trade on that, just a little scalp on the short side. 2.9 to 2.0 on TCM with the cool. Switching back to the 1. The 1 minute chart does have a yellow candle forming and a little bit of a hammer candle off that doji. But the momentum is very minimal. So 5.7 to 5.6 to 5.2 to 4.8. So it's getting it's kind of stacking some momentum, very little. But yeah, it's super slow price action, which is kind of funny because I think we actually have around the same amount, if not slightly more volume than yesterday. I could be wrong though. I'm just looking at the movement right now versus the overall of the day. So I guess the next thing I'd really want to see is like possible crossover happening of the 1226. We'll get a little notification up in the corner that says possible crossover. 5.2 to 4.9 to 4.5. A little bit of micro stacking there. Joining the bid here. Looking for a $1 move. If I can actually get the entry. I didn't, but join it now. A little late. Hopefully that light flickering was just a nothing. It was just nothing at all. And hopefully we're good on the power. I took this for this potential move up towards the 50, and we'll see if it works out. It's kind of in between. There's a lot of bearish push. You'll see the bulls starting to come up slightly, and then you'll just see bears be just try and claw the faces off of the bulls. Is that visual enough for you? I hope so. Pullback now of about $1.50 off our entry. 4.4 to 4.3 to 4.0. It is still stacking slight momentum, but yeah, man. What a weird day so far. Just super minimal price action. It's moving by at 25 cents at a time, and then back down, and then back up. It's going nowhere. Although it seems to be trending and maintaining that downward trend. So I'm gonna pull out a little bit and just take a look at the overall trend of things. Probably just gonna focus on going short. Switching over to a 20-day view here. On the 20-day view, you can actually see this kind of head and shoulders going on here. And so, because that's the jam, dude, I think that it really is best just to focus on potentially being short. Although there may be There may be support down here at like 3,900, like 3,906 or 3,900 or so. But the overall trend on the hourly chart showing downward, looking like an overall head and shoulders pattern. Same goes for the 30-minute chart. Wow, slow day. Like, I went and checked stocks today, and there was like nothing moving, like, nothing at all. Like, there was a couple of things that were like 80, $90 or something like that per share, and I was like, okay, what's the movement on this? And it's like 25 cents, 30 cents. And there were there were the things with the most volume, and really wasn't much to choose from. Um, and that's kind of the same situation that we're seeing right now in the ES, is that there's just very little movement. I may actually just start taking some short scalps, if not just out of boredom, but um, and normally like, I don't recommend boredom trading, but what else are we supposed to do? There's a little bit of a support line at 20 on this, 39.20. Jumping over to the 1 and switching this over to 2 ticks, and let's start getting high frequency with this. Switching that to 1 tick. Got that. And then I'm going to actually drop this to 1 tick. And I'm just going to, let's see, 19. Alright, made that. Switching over to 2. So, if you notice, I'm focusing completely on scalps today. Nothing else. I'm not doing nothing else right now. I'm not doing any momentum trading at the moment. Just focused on scalps only. So I'm taking scalps to like 1 and 2 ticks. Putting that one. Made a micro profit on that one. Well, we do have a little ways to go to come back up from these losses. Tough week in the market, man. For real. So, one thing that's cool about being able to, like, trading with larger contract size, like having more contracts, is that you can still make a reasonable amount of profit just scalping. And when I say scalping, I'm literally talking about like 1 to 2 ticks, maybe 3 ticks. And so there's still like a reasonable amount of meat that you can pick up just trading that way. We are getting a little bit of a momentum shift for a trend reversal. Got a possible crossover showing on the top there. I'm going to put this just at 4 ticks. Not go buck wild and look for a momentum move. but a dollar move up would be worth 250. So that's still a reasonable move. Um, Starting to get some momentum. I was considering joining the bid here on the evaluation. Maybe I should have, um, but because the price action earlier, I'm still a little hesitant. From 3.4 up to 2.8, and then I'm gonna put this at 6 ticks. Still take what I consider to be a scalp, but a slightly more of a swing. It's like a base hit. If it were to happen, let's see what happens. 3.0 to 2.5 on the TTM on yellow side. We did just get a 35 crossover 26, and possible crossover forming on the 1226 EMA. Or sorry, 12 EMA, 26 SMA. And with this doji on this flag here, and 3.0 to 2.5 still. 30 seconds left in the candle, and not resolving very well. So gonna put this back down at like a single tick and just see what the jam is. Alright, did take a little micro profit on that. Looking to take a entry off of 21. Entered at 20.75 actually. And from 2.5 to 2.0, or actually 1.8, and a possible crossover on the TTM with a hammer doji. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, we've been streaming for about a half an hour, and we haven't even said, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, because the fact is, guys, it helps the channel more than you know, and we love and appreciate that stuff, and it really helps the community that we're developing here grow, and it helps a lot more people become cultivated traders, and that's really what my hope is here. 5 seconds left in this candle. My intention here is to help as many people understand trading as much as possible, and not just me, but everybody within the community, because all of your experience is incredibly valid and valuable. So, you know, if you have your own unique perspective on the markets, your own unique opinion about price action, trading, and all those types of things, we love to hear about that stuff. Just bear in mind that we do respect everybody's opinion in regards to this stuff, and everybody's level of experience as well. And understand that everyone is going to have their own way of trading, and I think it's important that we accept that, because people have different perspectives, different views, and we all see puzzles differently. And trading really is just a puzzle that we're solving every day. At least that's how I see it. 8:04 on the clock, and we should have a new 5-minute candle here in about 5 seconds. Let's jump to the 5-minute chart and take a look at it. So 5-minute going red on TTM, slightly from blue 0.4 to red 0.4. Looking for just like a micro pop up here. Three minutes. So next 3-minute candles in 1 minute, and 3-minute candle has been showing a downward trend forming on the TTM. And if you recall, the 3-minute chart is one of the most valuable charts alongside the TTM to predict trend. So a yellow candle forming on the TTM, potentially at 8:06, would look really good for an upward move. So 4.0, new candle starting at 5.0. So in order for this candle to get to 4.0, likely it needs to cover the previous high. So it needs to be a 1 minute or a 3-minute candle to make a new high. and break over this 9 EMA moving average. I don't know why I said exponential moving average, It's like ATM machines, ATM machine. ATM just means automated teller machine. So we say ATM machine. It's like automated teller machine. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay. We were going for 6 ticks on that trade. Looks like we just got that. We're getting really close to a 1226 crossover on the 1-minute chart, and the 3-minute is looking relatively decent now for a bounce. Let's jump over to the 1-minute chart for a second. So that 5200 crossover rejected on the 1-minute chart was really shocking because that's one of the least rejected crossovers. Finally getting a push up. I honestly wish I would have taken that in the evaluation because that was a very nice move. It's up. That's 20 ticks to the upside, and it's still going. Gonna put finally getting momentum. It's about time. Join the bid here at 24 and a quarter if it fills us, and look for a move up towards 30. One second left in this candle. Looking for a bounce off that 200 simple moving average, and did we get that crossover? Not quite yet. So we've been looking for that crossover in this candle here. If you look at the TTM, we just got a cyan switch. It's minimal momentum, but it is in the right direction. Switching to the 3-minute chart right now and evaluating this against the 3. The 3 is showing resistance at the 50 EMA as well as continued downward trend on the TTM momentum side. But next candle is at 809, which is in about 20 seconds. So let's wait for this 3-minute candle to show up. This trade's not looking so hot. We need a yellow candle on the 3-minute chart. That would actually really show a potential for trend reversal. New 3-minute candle opened up, so it went from 5.1 to 6.3 on the red side. So not looking great for longs today. Bulls are getting their horns torn off by the bears, and the bears are using those fat grizzly claws. But we haven't even taken a trade in our evaluation today, mainly because I haven't been able to pinpoint the movement today. Like we ripped up that like $5 there and ripped back down $5. Got to cut this trade. Gratefully, we're sticking in the sim right now until we can really like nail down this momentum. But it's okay if it doesn't come, whether it's up to the upside or the downside. If it doesn't come with momentum, number one, I'm not trading. Number two, I'm not going to take a trade in my evaluation either if I'm not sure of it. We did just get a 26 crossover on the 5-minute chart, and that's a crossover on the downside. So the 26 above and the 12 below. 12 below. Doesn't that sound like a website or something? Sell stuff $12 and under. Just took 5 ticks to the downside. Down 3,000 in the sim right now. It's not too bad, but it's not great. days like this, like just be careful, sit back, kind of wait for your setup. Um, we did take a couple of scalps, and normally we're not scalping traders. It's not my jam normally. I usually trade momentum, but if you're trying to survive, you just gotta take what you can get. You know what I mean? Yeah, another fake out day. Yeah, for sure. It's been a fake out week. Like yesterday was probably the most solid day, but like Monday and Tuesday were just like horrendous. But if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It does help the channel and the community grow a lot. And if you guys don't know about our community, we are Optimistic Futures. We have a whole Discord channel dedicated to it. It's pretty small right now, but in the future it will be much larger. And as we grow, it's a safe place to be able to talk about entrepreneurship, philosophy, investing, trading in futures, crypto, all of these type of things that help us become financially independent and emotionally and spiritually independent as well. One thing I love about trading or entrepreneurship and all those different things is it does allow me to remove myself from the news cycle, should I choose to do so, especially if we are focused on being momentum traders and we can trade the momentum that's in front of us. We don't always need to be like involved in that news cycle all the time. And that news cycle can be incredibly damaging to your psychology as well as to your whole spiritual self. So it's one of the reasons why I try to abstain from it as much as I possibly can. Because it's just not healthy for myself, healthy for my body, my mind. Oh, we don't belong. Continue momentum to the downside. Going for a quick short right here off of 17.5. Look for a move down to 17. And I'm actually going to cut this. Yeah, gonna cut that. A little more of a challenging day again. 1 minute momentum looking like 1.4 to 1.4 red to 1.2 yellow. So really like little to no momentum. Also, like a rejection of the 5200 cross, like that is really rare to actually see this 5200 crossover reject. So I was pretty surprised at that actually. Looks like this did continue to push up slightly. Another attempt at a crossover. See right there. Be the 1226 crossover, which is also tends to be a little bit more of a powerful crossover, but you can see it did fake out here, and I think it faked out a little earlier too. We did get that trade. That was a $250 back on that one. Potential science, which soon, really close to 1.0 to 0.9. So it could reject this crossover yet again, especially with that momentum going flat like that. Oh man, I didn't have my charts again. I appreciate that, Tidy. I appreciate you stroking my ego like that. But yeah, I appreciate it. I try to be insightful, you know, not really. Really, I just speak what I believe and what I feel, and in doing so, I think that honestly, like most people have a lot of insight about a lot of different things, and it's just like, where's your experience at? Um, because it's kind of it's not really that surprising to see that a lot of people actually have a ton to say, and they have a lot of experience and expertise to back it up. Um, and I think that a lot of us just tend to speak about stuff that we've not fully formed an opinion on. And I think if we take the time to like really kind of research and form our own opinion, then I think that the insightfulness will just come out of us, all of us. Like Tiny, I've watched you in the group before, and I've seen you really kind of like dial in on a bunch of your different trades. Like I've seen you like break it down, be like, okay, this one I entered in here, and my intention was this. I was using my shake and money indicator for this, and so I think that there's a ton of insight to go around, especially in the Optimus Futures group. Um, because I just think that uh, we have a group of people that are just interested in growth overall as people. And I think that's what this whole community is and what it's about. And so I'd be willing to bet that the more people speak in the Discord group, the more that we're going to see their amazing intellect and their amazing insights. Mild rejection there at the 50 EMA. There's a doji at the top. Potential 1226 crossover. Was getting a nice little momentum push yet again. Potential fake out more than likely. Because if you look at this, zero point 0.7 and 0.5 to now going red on the TTM yet again. Although there is a little bit of a hammer candle down there. This looks like a double bottom, really. Like, it's not the same, at 12. It's at 15, but it's pretty dang close. If you zoom out, squint, looks like a double bottom. Got a little U-shaped pattern here. I think we need that 1226 crossover and then this 50 to cross back over. And then I think at that point, then we will likely get some momentum towards the upside, and I could probably start trading in my evaluation. But here we are 45 minutes into the stream, and we haven't taken a single trade in the eval. We did come back a little bit on our sim side, though, just based off this movement. It doesn't even surprise me like how intelligent people are. I think that like you can be like a human can be completely ignorant and egotistical in an area that they know nothing about, and then that same human is humble and insightful in an area that they actually have a lot of expertise. And the humbleness comes from them being experienced in that area, and it doesn't matter what area you're in, what field you're in. If you're in marketing or trading or working on cars or landscaping or whatever, like stuff that the average person does not about that particular field. And what you know about that particular field, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's why I just think that like just about every single person has some sort of heavy value that they can be offering through their own experiences and their own insight. And I love that about people, just humans in general. And that's one of my favorite things about them, actually. Honestly, Tiny, like you're kind of like the you're the example for the reviews, like the trading reviews. Like nice, we got that 1226 crossover. Um, you probably do your homework more than most of the people that I've seen. Potential resistance at this 50 EMA and a cyan switch on low momentum. Coming up in 8:30 here. It's just about 10 minutes away. 11:30 market time, obviously. Rejected off that 50 EMA. You can see it hit 4 times. And 1226 crossover failed yet again. It's funny, man. These are like some of the most, like, I've been trading these strategies for years. and a lot of these things don't reject nearly as often as they have this week. Low volume too. Like if you look at the volume on this is on the 3 minute chart, and it's still pretty low. It's like 7,000 contracts every 3 minutes. Jumping in on 5 minute chart here. Just continue rejecting. So I want to see a 1226 crossover on the 5 minute chart now. You can see we got a 26 crossover to the downside on the 5 minute chart about 15 minutes ago. And so really I'd want to see like this 9 get above 12 and 12 crossover that 26. And you guys hear me say that a lot. And that's because like when we're looking at momentum, the 9 in I look at the 9 and 12 and the way that they're oriented to be able to determine short-term momentum. It's very helpful. When the 9 is pointed downward and the 12 is pointed downward, the 12 is above the 9, there's typically a lot of downward pressure happening at that particular point in time. And when the 9 crosses above the 12, then we're like, okay, we're going to likely see some upward push. By the way, guys, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It does help this community grow, helps us be able to connect with more optimistic traders like yourself, and it does allow for YouTube to tell the world, hey, you know what, we're here, and we're providing as much value as we possibly can, and we're providing more and more value every day. By the way, guys, in addition to that too. We'd love to have you in our Discord group. It's joelstraight.com/Discord, but there's also a link in the description as well. And I haven't taken any trades in the evaluation yet, but if you guys would like to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you guys check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are awesome. They have amazing customer service, and it's one of the things that I personally really love about them, and one of the things that I look for first and foremost in a company. Above and beyond prices, I look for customer service, because the value and effort that a company puts into their customer service and into providing high quality customer service, I guess you'd say, to their clients, really to me shows the effort that and the dedication and commitment that company has to being a better company each and every single day. If a company lacks that customer service component, I often will not do business with them unless it's required that I do business with them. And the reason for that is because I believe that companies that don't put customer service at the very forefront of their mind, I believe that those companies are companies that are not scrappy. They're not going to make big market shifts when the market begins to change, and they're basically, in a word, lazy. And I don't like to work with lazy companies or lazy people for that regard. I like to work with people who are focused, motivated, and intentionally trying to get better each and every day. And that's why I love these guys, because they do have great customer service. They got these one-step evaluations, which are awesome, a little bit different than what's out there in the marketplace. Most of what you're going to find in the marketplace is end-of-day drawdowns, which they also have available to you as well. But they are incredibly competitive. Personally, I'm working on the 50K evaluation, which allows me to take 8 contracts in the mini versus 80 micro, or as well as 80 micros, with a max drawdown of $2,000 and a profit target of $3,000. Also, if you use the link in the description, you'll lock in a lifetime discount using that promo code that's right next to it, JSBEST. You can click the see more details link here, which will take you over to this page. If you guys really want to learn exactly what it takes in order to earn funding, it's a good read. It's a very short read. It's worth your time if you guys are looking to earn funding in the futures market. Yeah, customer service is number one. If they don't have that, they don't got my business. Got a possible crossover on the 5 minute chart. That's what we want to see. We did get some, and we just got our first yellow candle on the 5 minute chart. So we are kind of pulling up above 39.20, which has been battling for a while. Jumping back over to the 1 minute chart, I kind of felt like we were gonna get like a little bit of a rip as I was talking about that stuff, which is good. That's what we want to see. We got this little ABCD pattern with ascending support. Now it's looking a lot better for some upward moves. And it switches over to 8 ticks and join the bid here off of 22 and a half or so. All right, we got our entry at 22.75 and look for a move up to like 25-ish and jumping over the evaluation as well. So we did get that trade. Got a double top here at, so you saw that rejection right there at 25. I think that we're going to blow right past it. We did. TTM looking nicer now, 1.4 to 2.6. Time left in this candle is 20 seconds. Jumping back to the evaluation. Nice pop there. So 15 seconds left in this candle. Pulling back down to 25. I'm going to try and take an entrance off of 25. Got in at 24.75, so even better entrance. And looking for a move in the sim up to 26.75. New candle starting with a pullback, which is what we want to see. Okay, popping up again. Finally getting some momentum and some trend reversal. Switching over to the 3 minute chart to verify and validate this. 3 minutes been stacking on the TTM in yellow. 5.9 to 4.3 on that, and a possible crossover on the 3 minute chart. 9 is very close to getting above the 12 on the 3 minute chart. So I'm gonna jump back to this one and get zoomed in here and get ready for some price moves. 5 seconds left in this candle. Might get a rip right at the very end of it. Next candle opening green and stalling. You can see that triple top right there. I don't love that triple top, and I was literally just about to cut that. So took a micro profit on that trade. I cut that because of this triple top. So because that triple top, I think we might see some potential pullbacks down to like 24 or like down to, hopefully not as low as the 9 EMA, but that would be an area that I could see this pulling back to. Very little price action on this candle as opposed to our previous candles that had a lot of price action. 2.4 to 3.1 to 3.4 on the TTM. So 2.4 to 3.1, that is a 0.7 increase, but 3.1 to 3.4 is only a 0.3 increase. So you can see how that momentum, it begins to like trail off a little bit. So when it does do that, that's typically where we're expecting a pullback off of this. And I'm glad I cut that trade because look, you know, we did get that triple top there, and yeah, we did get a 1 minute pullback on this candle, and now we have a quadruple top. Look at that, literally the exact same price level on each candle. 4 candles in a row, all hit 25.75. So, and then if you look at the TTM, you can see that it went from 3.1 to 3.4. So again, narrowing that momentum gap, and then now down to 3.4. So from 3.4 to 3.4, you can see that the momentum is plateauing. That's one of the reasons why I love the TTM, is because I can judge that momentum was plateauing before it plateaued and before we saw this drop. So it allowed me to actually be like, you know what, I think I'm actually going to get out of this trade. Was able to take a micro profit on it. And that was because I was seeing that leveling off happening in that TTM. Now, like I said, a pullback to the 9 EMA doesn't look that bad, and then we'd want to see like a bounce off of there. But we would be looking for, again, resistance at 25 and 3/4 or just 25 flat, and then we would actually want to see a rip through this, like a powerful rip. We want it to be so big and so powerful. Alright, so possible crossover yet again on the 3-minute chart. You can see that the 9 is now above the 12 on the 3-minute chart. 4.4 to 3.1 momentum stacking on the TTM3, which does look pretty good. We are experiencing this pullback right now. When is our next 3-minute candle? It's at 8:33 and it's currently, so it's in 45 seconds. We'll have a new 3-minute candle. We are popping up to 25 and above. Took an entry off of 25 and I'm looking for a move up to 27. So it did bounce off that 9 EMA exactly as I described. But like I said, we have to see this rip through 25 with some strength in order to actually continue this move. 3.5 to 3.7. All right, jump into the evaluation side of things now. 2 seconds left in this candle. New candle forming now. Took again a micro profit on that. I think this 9 bounce was really the move. The one that we talked about but didn't take. Checking the 3. This is going to be probably the next big move here. It would be a move up towards the volume weighted average price. Which is what? Where are we at now? We're at like 26.5. And VWAP's at 32. Showing the bid here at 26.25, and I'm looking for a move up towards VWAP now. We did get that new 3-minute candle and went from 2.8 to 1.2. So this is looking like it's going to have some potential breakout momentum up towards that volume weighted average price. But on the 1-minute chart, viewing it, we may see we may experience a short pullback for a time. 3.9 to 4.1, we're just slowly grinding up. Very slowly. Possible crossover on the 5-minute chart as well. 5-minute does not have a green dot on the Bollinger Band, but it is switching from 3 to 2.2 to 1.5. Next candle there is at 8:35, which is right now. So let's get zoomed in here on this 5-minute candle. So we did just get a 1226 crossover with the 9 above the 12 on the 5-minute chart, and it's finding support there off the 50 EMA. And we just got a green dot, so we went from 1.4 to 1.2, so that's not very much momentum increase. Taking that off, made 437.50 on that one. In the sim. Just jumping back in and checking these charts. Yeah, no worries, Tiny. So if you guys are chilling though and hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It does help this community grow a lot, and our optimistic futures community is getting bigger and better each and every day. I would love to have you guys in our Discord group. It's joelstraight.com/Discord, but there's also a link in the description as well. Additionally, guys, if you want to pick up some free stocks, you can join Webull. as well. There's a link in the description at the bottom of that. I think you can get up to 20 free stocks right now. Something crazy. Um, but we are looking to earn funding in the futures market, and that's really why we're here. Personally, I'm using elite traded funding. You can earn funding all the way from 10K all the way up to $300,000. So if you guys use the link in the description, you will actually get a lifetime discount, especially if you use the promo code JSBEST, which is down in that description as well. Um, let's go ahead and jump back into these charts. Anxious to get back into this. Let's see here. 4.6 to 5.0. 4446. So that candle went from 4.6 to 4.9, now to 5.1. Getting a little bit of a pullback there. Not much. Let's check this against the... Well, yes, the 5. I meant to check 3, but 5 will work because we needed to check that anyway. Next 5-minute candle's at 8:40, so that's a ways out. Jump to 3-minute. Okay, so on 3-minute, we actually just got a cyan switch. Went from 1.0 to 0.5 cyan. So that's a move of about a half a point. Wait, actually it's 1.5 because we went from negative 1.0 to positive 0.5. So that's a move of 1.5. So that's actually a pretty decent move. 2.8 to 1.0, that's a 1.8 move. Okay. Join the bid here then. Entered at 26 and a quarter, and our exit point is up at 31 and a quarter. Jumping to evaluation side right now, and it just completely stalled. I'm like, did I lose data or something? Just not the price action that we want to see right now. Took that off, made 312.50 back on that one. The momentum looks nice in terms of the TTM, but the volume isn't there. And the volume is making it so that the momentum is challenging to actually get full swings. 9 is above 12. All of it is crossing above the 35 moving average. And on the 3-minute chart, we actually just got a 1226 crossover. So taking a long here in the anticipation of the move up towards the VWAP yet again, and joining the bid here in the eval. Entered in at 39 and a quarter, and we got an immediate pullback. Now we got to cut that. That sucked. 29 all the way down to 27. So that is a loss of 396. That actually puts us red in the evaluation by about $50. That's too bad. Really unfortunate about that. We got a much better entry on our sim side of things, but that definitely was. It looked like that was gonna break out and it just didn't. Really kind of shocked about that, honestly. But that loss was 29 and a quarter down to 27.75. So what is that? 6.6. Yeah, 6.6. And now we're getting that push up that we wanted to see. Next candle's at 42. So that is 2 minutes away. That's let's jump to the 1. Just checking in with y'all's. Alright. That was our one and only trade so far in the evaluation, and it did not go well. So our intention really was to take this momentum move up, and it did move up like $2, but we pretty much got filled near the top, and the intention was for the continued momentum upward. You can see it's kind of leveling off here, so I'm actually going to cut that trade. Loss of 187.50 on that, so we're down 13.75 in the sim today and down 396. Ouch, in the evaluation. Momentum beginning to level off in the TTM. Jumping to 3 minute. Next 3 minute candle is at 42, which is just in about 10 seconds. So it rejected this breakout. So I took this long for the 1226 crossover, as well as the 1226 crossover, as well as the breakout up towards the view app. Right now, the TTM, the all and all the indicators are looking good for long, but obviously you can see there is a lot of resistance on the way. I started at 27 and 3/4 on the current candle. I think we may have resistance at 30. Currently break even in this trade. From 4.0 to 3.5 on the TTM on the current candle. 3.6 now. I think we got that new 3. No, our next one's at 8:45, which is in 1 minute. Just checking in with y'all's. See how things are going. By the way, if you guys are chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. It helps the community grow, helps the people in our Optimistic Futures Discord group, and helps them kind of, have more of a community to engage with, which we are growing that community a little bit at a time. And we talk about everything in there from psychology to entrepreneurship to trading, investing, futures trading, crypto trading, all that stuff. Waiting on this 3 minute candle at 8:45, which is in 7 seconds. New candle opening up. Opened up right around 27.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, we did just make 3 ticks. I think, yeah, 3 ticks back. So still red on the day, since we lost 6 ticks over here. But we're down 231.10. It's a lot better than being down 400. Okay, so we are kind of getting that pop. Here's that new 3 minute candle. Went from 3.3 to 4.5 on the TTM. I'm going to cut this trade, take that profit. Now down 1,000, so we've worked our way. We've made 2,000 of that back. So we have still some ground to make up. And you can see we got a double top here on the 3-minute chart, right there, and that's right at 29. I'm gonna call it 29 and 3/4, but why don't we say 29.50 just to be cautious? Checking in on the 5-minute chart and seeing what the dilly is here. So 5-minute chart has been stacking on the TTM slowly but surely. 1.2 to 0.8 to 0.3, which is on the current. So movement of about half a point. You can see we also started getting some green dots here. This does have everything going for it in order to move to the upside, and it's just not moving at any sort of like pace that is interesting. We did break out of that double top zone though. Finally broke 30. Trying to see if I can even get filled though. Tried several times. Alright, we're in at 30. Looking to get out at 32. Jumping to the evaluation side. And 3-minute chart looking like next 3-minute candle's at 48, which is right now. So that one just started forming. And we're from 4.4 up to 5.5. One minute still slightly cooling on the TTM. So I'm going to jump back to the 1-minute chart real fast. So I want to actually measure this. The slight cooling is not much though. Yeah, it's like 2.8 to 2.7, so it's really pretty much flat. But I would like to see it get back into a cyan candle. By the way, if you guys are chilling or hanging out, man, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for noties, but also comment in the chat thread and let me know that you're here. You know, I can see that there's a reasonable amount of people watching today, and we love and appreciate you guys. Go ahead, you know, get social. It's a safe place, so you can say whatever you want, as long as it's classy, and yeah, we're good. Additionally, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are great. They have amazing customer service. And you can earn funding as low as $10K and go all the way up to $300,000. I'm personally working on the 100K static evaluation, as well as the 50K and the 50K one-step evaluation. And this allows me to take 8 mini contracts or 80 micros with a drawdown of $2,000 and a profit target of $3,000. So, you know, I think this is one of the best ones out there in the market. You guys can use the link in the description and promo code JSBEST. What's up, Origin Code? Good to hang out with you. Promo code JSBEST, and that'll get you 25% off for life. Give you a lifetime discount. It's actually whatever the best deal is that they're running at the time. So this ended up rejecting off of 30. Kind of glad I didn't take it in the evaluation. And I didn't take it really based off this cooling on the TTM here. A little salty about this one, but at least we made some of it back, and we're back green on our account in total. So at least there's that. So we're not red in our account. We're red on the day, but not the account. So that's a good thing. Getting a balance off of 27.
Here's what I found.
We don't need you right now, Siri. That's sort of this U-shaped pattern that you can kind of see here in the 3-minute chart, on sort of this longer time frame here. So I wonder if we'll end up getting a pullback to like the 9 EMA and then bounce and rip on through that. just based off that U-shaped pattern. I'm gonna take a look at the 5-minute chart here. 5-minute chart, you can see this sort of ABCD pattern, like A, B, C, D. And we're running up just about into the volume weighted average price. 5-minute chart just got a cyan switch, and on this candle, you can see the momentum beginning to form as well. So we've got three green dots in a row in a low, and we went from 0.8 to 0.6 to 0.1 positive on the TTM there. Hitting a lot of resistance at 30, as you guys can see. I feel like that's like growing up. Hitting a lot of resistance at 30. Pulling back to 28. I think I also hit a lot of resistance at 30. Like as a human. Pull back to 27. We're down 1687.50 on the day in the sim. It's been an incredibly challenging week. The Bears have been out in force this week, and that's been challenging, I think, for most traders. TTM going from 5.2 to 5.8. Next candle's at 54, which is in about 1 minute on the 3-minute chart. So we're going to go over to the 1-minute chart. The 1-minute chart is giving us this info right here, that we've actually cooled off almost to a red candle on the TTM. If I pull back out here, I'm just going to take a look at these chart patterns. You can see this ABCD pattern right here on this shorter time frame that consolidated quite well, but you can see just this 30 resistance level seems pretty strong, actually. Bigger rejection off of 30. We're just about to get that new 3-minute candle, so I'm going to jump over there and see how it forms. I'm guessing it might begin as a red, which it did. Coming up on 9 o'clock, it's just about 5 minutes away. The 12 o'clock market time. 28.25. So we're going to enter off at 28 for a little bounce up to 28.75. Just looking for 3 ticks on it. The intention is a scalp. Alright, took those 3 ticks. Now down 1,500, but we did make back that 187.50 just now. Okay, there we go. We're finally getting that pop. This is what I've been waiting for a while. Like a really long time. Tried to join the bid there and didn't get filled. It just ripped on past through the VWAP. This is the move that I've been waiting for like 40 minutes. And man, holy moly, this thing is just going nuts. Look at that rocket ship. This thing just ripped up $12. 12 times 4 is 48 ticks. And I've been waiting for this move for a very long time, but man, that is an insanely huge move. Probably going to see some people take some profit here. I would imagine so. So I'm actually going to cut that trade and Now I'm gonna put this actually at 12 ticks. I think that's a reasonable move up here. Been waiting forever for this move. Talk about exercise your patience. You need to master the basics. Join the bid here. Missed the entry. I tried to get in at 37. Hammer candle forming now. This entry's in at 37. That one worked out great. 37 up to 40. So that was 750 back in our pocket. Momentum looking strong as hell. Join the bid here at 41.5. I don't know if this momentum is going to continue, so to me this feels a bit risky. Just with the moves on the day, so a little micro profit, 125, 2 ticks. I'm honestly, I feel like I'm anticipating a red candle, but we're not really getting it. Taking trades up here kind of by the top of this move. Oh, there's the music. It's distracting me. Like, entered at 44. Ready to cut it very quickly. Cutting that.
Order filled.
Kind of a fatter loss on that one. That was in eval too, so. Also gonna cut this trade too, right up here. Join the bid here at 41.50. Guess I should have taken that earlier in the eval. Just made 750 in the sim. So it does look like it's breaking out above 45. Watch out for resistance at 45 potentially. High volatility now. We've been waiting for this breakout for so long. Checking the 3-minute chart. I've been waiting for this breakout basically this entire consolidation here. So from like 8:30 to 9. Watch out for resistance up here at this 200 moving average on the 3-minute chart, which is right at 47.5. Checking this against the 5-minute chart. What a massive rip. And I can't believe we missed it. We tried to enter on that candle, um, and it just zooshed right past us from 3 to 6 on the 5-minute chart. Um, so we just got this fresh 5-minute candle, and that resistance is up there at 57. Took an entry off of 45. Taking a swing here.
Order
Joined
filled.
a bit at 45 on the evaluation side.
Order filled.
Cut it right there and took a micro profit. We have a long way to go on the evaluation side in order to come back. Currently down $175 in my account there, but down a lot more on the day because we did have a pretty good winning day yesterday on the evaluation side. So looks like it did end up popping up that full 7 ticks, so I guess we could have held it, but it's always kind of sketchy when you're up here at these like highs, you know. Joined the bid
Order
at
filled.
47.5, looking to get at 49.25. Took it off there.
Order filled.
Got out at 48.25 from 47.5. So we pulled 3 ticks on that. So still down on the day, but less, I guess. Took this trade off. That was a profit of $525. You can see the momentum's kind of slowing down a little bit up here at the top. Just checking in with you guys. What a crazy rip. I expected this rip to be really big and really powerful, but I did not expect it to take 45 minutes in order for that to stack up. That was an area where it was just like, man, like, and then like what, a minute or so before 9 o'clock, we just got like the rip of a lifetime at 8:55, 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. I mean, this rip went from 28 all the way up to 40. So a $12 rip is 48 ticks. It's absolutely massive, massive move. And we tried to enter into a trade on this one, but it just stopped us out. And then we also tried to take a trade right here, only to have, or right here, only have this pull back some and then go back up. And this lost us a good amount in the evaluation. I'm not even showing my screen, am I? No, I'm not. I was talking about this candle for the rip, and I was talking about this is where we entered that trade, where it actually pulled back and we had to cut it, and only have a rip right back up. We do have a flag right there, but now we got doji at the top, and a lot of volume kind of pulling out right now. So basically, this candle before, we had 1,237 contracts. Less than like 15 seconds. This all happened like all at once. We got 11,426 contracts traded at one time. So for the record, let's just put this right in the middle. So that's at 39.35 or so. 11,426 times 39.35. So that's roughly $45 million or so traded on this one candle, or I should say, like, exchanged hands. I don't want to say lost, or made, or gained, or any of that stuff, because that's not really what happens in trading. What happens in trading is one person trades it with another person. So, so it's really just a movement, if you will. As far as the evaluation side of things goes, we are red in our account $9. So we're basically at flat from the starting point. Getting some downside move right now. Putting this like 4 ticks and just gonna short for a very quick short. I'm looking for it to just go down to like 45. Which really would be like a test of this 9 EMA, which is pretty much right at 45-ish. Okay, so that trade did work out. That was 250 back. So now green $1,000 in the sim today. Red in the eval 359 flat. So I don't love being red. Obviously yesterday we were up 350, today we're down 359, so puts us down $9 in the account so far today. We have a reasonable amount of people watching the stream. Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. It does really help the community grow a lot, and when we love and appreciate you guys when you do. So it really does help. By the way, guys, if you would like to join our Discord group, it's joelstraight.com/Discord, our Optimistic Futures Discord group. There's also a link in the description. We have conversations about philosophy and entrepreneurship and trading, investing, crypto, all of the above. So, a lot of positive, optimistic people and energy there, and we'd love to have you. Further, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market like me, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are awesome. You can get funded for as low as $10,000, and you can get funded all the way up to $300,000. So if you guys would like to trade with an entire house every single day, you can earn funding all the way up to 300K. The 300K does have a max of 30 positions, so that's 30 minis, or 300 micros, or 30 small, with a drawdown of $7,500 and a profit target of $20,000. If you use the link in my description, you'll actually get a pretty hefty discount off of the price of anything you see here. Personally, I'm doing the 50K evaluation and the 100K static evaluation, but you guys will get a pretty hefty discount on these. The 50K allows me to take 8 contracts of the mini with a profit target of only $3,000 in order to earn funding. And that discount, by the way, it's locked in for life. So if you guys use that promo code, you will get a lifetime discount on your account. Works on everything except the fast tracks. The fast track evaluations are already pretty heavily discounted, so that's the one thing that coupon does not apply to. Although we do appreciate it if you sign up through a link, because we do earn an affiliate commission, which does help this channel grow, helps us support our family, and all the other things in between. Kind of chopping out here around 39.50. You can see some like cooling on the TTM slightly from 11 to 10.8 to 10.5 to 10.0. I can't believe it took us all the way to 9 o'clock to see any movement and momentum in the market, by the way. Because the rest of the time, it was basically just sideways, not doing much of anything. Do you think we'll see another 12,000 contracts all at once? Let me know in the comments. Joined here off 46.75. I'm looking for a move up to 48. We did get that move. That was 250 back. Nice little pop there. Five seconds left in this candle. 2, 1. Popped right before the close of that candle. Usually when that happens, we see a little pullback right at the end, like on the next candle. Not sure if we're gonna get that.
Order filled.
We did actually, and unfortunately, I went long in it. I was looking for a move up towards that 50 because it did seem like it was kind of holding that zone there. So I'm gonna actually put the. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna cut this trade.
Order filled.
Okay. I kind of hit my loss limit on the day. On the evaluation side, so not particularly happy in my trading there today, but it was a really challenging day. But frankly, through this whole little bull run here, I should have done better, and I think I could have done better. And so I think that what we'll do is we'll walk away from it today. We're down about 200 or what? Yeah, like 250, 350 in our evaluation right now. And so what we'll do is we'll likely walk away from it today, and we'll come back tomorrow fresh, clear-headed, and spiritually aligned to be able to pull that back up. We did run into resistance there at that level, like the 50 level. 9.5 to 8.7. Cool, little bit of cooling on the TTM, and let's verify this against the 3-minute chart. And that's why we're running into resistance. There's that 200 moving average that I said would act as resistance there. So we got a bit of a hammer candle forming on it. TTM looking like 14.7 to 15.3 to 15.9. I still think this thing is going to pop up to 50. I think that we may actually end up having a very bullish afternoon. Checking the 5-minute chart. 5-minute has the 200 at 57. And we're from 9.6 to 11.9 on the TTM on the 5-minute chart. And have a doji at the top. All of the volume left. Like, it was like, here's 31K, here is 9K. Candle before it at 12. Okay. Which is also much higher than this. So all that price action is now just not there. Going long at 45 and a quarter. I was looking for 46 and a quarter. Took 2 ticks on that trade to the upside. Switching back to this 1-minute chart. So I may actually go short down to like this 26, which is right around like 40. Although this is, you can see, holding 45 kind of well. Go short here, in short at 44 and a quarter, and I'm looking for a move down to 43. That happened pretty fast. Join the ask at 43.5 on
order filled
on the eval side. I'm looking for a move downward. I have to find my freaking order here. I hate this price ladder. It definitely could be a lot better. Putting our sell order at 43. No, don't bounce here. Go down. Still in this trade. Looking for it to push down to 43.
Order
All right,
filled.
we did get that trade. That was just 2 ticks back. Kind of scalping. Now down 590 in the evaluation. That puts us down 240 on our total account. Um, and yeah. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it there. Ran a little bit longer than I normally do today. Um, and so end results of the day is we're looking at 1687.50 green in the sim, down about 500 in the evaluation, which is the one that really genuinely matters. Um, and total trades at 185 contracts, took 37 trades, which is a lot of trades, by the way. And let's figure out our fees. We paid $806.60 in fees. So let's take out our profit from that. So that means we made a total profit in the sim of $880.90. So out of 37, did that backwards, 880.9 divided by 37. Uh, so we made about $23.80 per trade. Not my best work. Usually I'm at around 150 to 200 per trade, and so I definitely think I could have performed better. But I think I did okay given the market conditions, and that's really what we're doing is we're trading those market conditions. I definitely could have done better in the evaluation. I was pretty mad at myself for not being able to enter on this candle, and that's because I hit join the bid as opposed to buy market. And when it's flying like this, I need to train myself to go for buy market, not for join bid. So I have an improvement that I need to do there, and I intend to do it when it's going that fast. You just need to buy the market and ride. At least that's my feels on it, because at least I know if I hit buy market, I'm gonna get filled. Even if I get filled kind of high, when it's ripping that powerfully, it doesn't matter because it should rip on past the market price anyway. So when it's ripping like that, I'm gonna make sure that I have the risk tolerance in order to hit buy market. When I hit buy market, that, just so you guys know, buy market for the most part is a more risky move than joining the bid. When you join the bid, you have the ability to set a limit order and get filled at the price amount that you want. When you buy market, you're just subject to whatever the market price is. Joining the bid right here. Entering it at 45 and a half. Looking to get out of 46 and a half. Looking for a little bit of pop on this tail end here. Looks like it's only going to hit 46. Putting that at 1 tick. Okay, so we did make a little bit more than what we originally calculated. So, alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love and appreciate everybody in the Optimistic Futures community. Please join our Discord group. We would love to have you guys there. We're slowly growing that group. It's pretty small at the moment. So if you do join, please say hi. You will get a warm welcome from everybody in the group. It's a small but happy group of traders. We're a bunch of optimistic people that are focused on entrepreneurship, financial independence, spiritual alignment, all of these different things that help us be happier, healthier, and more balanced humans. So I love and appreciate you guys. Check out Elite Trader Funding if you guys want to earn some funding in the futures market. Use the promo code JSBEST and the link in the description. And thank you so much, Crypto Critter. I will do all that I can to keep up the good work. You as well. I love seeing you here every day. Thank you so much for showing up. And Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on the way out. It helps this community grow more than you guys might know. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys in the Discord group where I'm about to go post my stats right now. And yeah, we'll see you guys in there. Peace. Oh, one more thing before I go. I haven't left yet. We still get some people hanging out. Um, I'm going to be taking next week, the entire Thanksgiving week off. So no stream next week. So from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there won't be a stream. Obviously, the markets close on Thursday, and the markets will be back open on Friday. But I won't be here next week. I'm going to be taking that time to take an entire week to spend with my family and hang out with everybody who we love. And that's one of the reasons why I do trading is because it allows me that sort of time to be able to kind of formulate my own schedule. So also one of the reasons why I love futures. So yeah, the Discord is in the description. It is. I'll also type it right here as well. So there's the link as well, but it is in the description. So you should just be able to click it and join in. But when you do, make sure you say what up. We'd love to have you. Um, all that said, guys, I'm going to jump offline, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Tomorrow's Friday, so it may be kind of a volatile day. Often Fridays are. I'm just checking in on the charts and see what's going on. It looks like it did reject. And we may get some pullbacks. So be careful out there today, guys. Price action's kind of slow, volume's kind of slow, but obviously from what we just saw the last 20 minutes, we can get a huge rip. It is possible. We may have some rippage in the afternoon, so I'll probably be back here just checking some charts in the afternoon. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I will be here. So, all right, guys, I love and appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, y'all, and yeah, have an amazing day. Good luck in the markets.